Nerdcast assemble!
Stay dandy, baby. Queen comes to stomp the yard in another exciting episode of the One Piece anime series. You guys are probably shocked. I've returned to review the One Piece anime series. I have pretty much been off of the show for over a year at this point. I pretty much stopped watching it during the Whole Cake Island arc, and I've skipped most of the beginning of the Land of Wano arc, which is still continuously ongoing in the anime version, and will be going on for quite some time. And I'm not sure what really triggered me to get back into the whole One Piece anime. Maybe it's the fact that it's been on hiatus for a couple of months, and this seemed like the perfect sort of jumping on point. And the fact that I read the manga version of One Piece means that I'm not really all that lost in terms of the story. I could pretty much jump in at any moment and know exactly what's going on, so that gave me a pretty big advantage. So that's why I decided to go ahead and just get right back into the One Piece anime. And if there's one thing I can say about the Land of Wano arc thus far in the One Piece anime, is that it's good. It looks really good. It has a brand new style. There's lots of brand new music cues. The overall look of the world and the characters has improved drastically since the Whole Cake Island arc. And a lot of that is owed to the fact that there's brand new people working on the series, as well as animators and directors, and it absolutely shows. It feels like there's been a lot of passion which has been injected into the Land of Wano arc, and that's really made me appreciate it. Like I said, I haven't been reviewing it, but I have been watching here or there, looking at mostly some of the big action scenes from this arc, but so far I can say that I'm really enjoying a lot of things about it, and this episode right here was pretty damned exciting, because not only we get to see that Luffy is not taking the shit of the guards anymore, but we get to see the big arrival of an even bigger villain who goes by the name of Queen the Plague, one of the lead performers, or one of the big head honchos of Kaido's crew. We've already seen a couple of these characters like Jack and King, but now we have Queen. Going along with the whole playing cards theme, Queen himself is pretty freaking crazy, and his introduction is followed by an amazing dance number, which is becoming like a big tradition for the series at this point. We've seen a couple of them early on in the show, but it seems like ever since Big Mom we've been getting a lot more of these, and they're always well animated and a lot of fun, and it's probably my favorite part of this episode is getting to see Queen actually go like through his big dance number. But there's a number of other highlights about this episode which I think were a lot of fun, so let's go ahead and jump right into them. I'm just going to sort of assume you've been watching the series at this point or you understand what's going on, so let's just go ahead and dive headfirst into One Piece. So, what I really like about this episode is it was divided up into a number of really good things. We basically had Luffy in the prison, who is trying to save Old Man Hyo, otherwise known as Hyogoro the Flower. Pay attention to that name. He's kind of an important character. This old guy who's constantly beaten by the guards, all of them who have the weird sort of animal abilities thanks to the smile fruit, like this weird scorpion guy, not to mention Alpaca Man, and even Babanuki, who's a giant man with a elephant which is embedded into his stomach, which shoots cannonballs. This has always been one of my favorite things about reviewing One Piece, is because every single time I talk about it, it sounds like I'm fucking insane. So, again, just disregard the absolute weirdness. Watch the show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But Luffy, being the guy that he is, the stand-up guy that he is, the hero that he is not going to be taking any of this shit, and he decides to immediately go on the attack of these guards and just beats the absolute shit out of them. The guy's using the smile fruits, all the other guards, and it's all done with a lot of gusto and awesomeness. Babanuki, the big elephant man, is the only one who seems to give him trouble thanks to the fact that he uses big explosive stuffs, but all of this gets sort of like sidelined when they realize that Queen is making his way back to the prison, and they pretty much forget about Luffy at this moment. Luffy decides that he's going to work along with Hyogoro, and he's actually going to try to escape by quite literally just climbing out of this place. You see, for Luffy, all this fighting and trying to escape is actually just training for him. It's not really a detriment. The fact that he can't use his devil fruit powers, it's just an excuse for him to get stronger. And again, that's really freaking awesome about his character. It's what makes him so freaking cool in the first place. Then while all of this is going on, you have a great scene with Raizo, a character that when they introduced in the manga and even in the anime version, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like him. Oh, and no, you're not mistaken by that jump cut. I forgot to put that background on there. Yes, that was Digimon. Please check out my reviews of that show. So getting back on track here, we're talking about Raizo, a character that I did not like when he was revealed. I was expecting a more cooler looking character, and I didn't expect to see some sort of weird Japanese Wario type ninja character. I don't know. He still sort of rubs me the wrong way, but this is an episode that made me realize while he is a real goofy-looking bastard, he does have some ninja skills, and he's able to trick all of Kaido's guards into actually getting these keys, which are going to allow him to save Luffy. Of course, this ends up pissing off some of the other bigger guards, like Solitaire, a woman with multiple arms and a monkey tail whom you do not seem to want to mess with. And then, of course, we have the big higher-up queen himself, who makes one hell of an entrance, coming in like a character out of the friggin' Road Warrior on this massive chariot, which is being carried by these giant pigs and boars. And then he makes his way inside and starts to reveal a little bit about his character. While he comes across as very large and intimidating, he's a very theatrical type of character. He loves to sing and dance. In fact, he performs for all of the guards in the prison, much to their happiness, which again is just a fabulous scene, showing that again, the villains in One Piece are just as goofy as they are intimidating. It's a really classic scene that I think a lot of people are going to like. He starts to get a little angry though, however, when he realizes that everything's been going kind of wrong with Luffy escaping, the fact that Eustace Kid isn't there anymore, and that the keys have been stolen by Raizo. Basically, shit about to go down, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Luffy in any way as he prepares to throw down with Queen and all of his guards in the next episode of the series. So what's the rundown on this episode of One Piece? It is good to get back to the One Piece anime series. I like just talking about it and I like watching it. It still falls into some of the same traps as when I was watching it previous, where the pacing is just a little long at sometimes. They just can't help but want to stay on a character's expression for a very long amount of time. But Wano is just such an expressive and fun place that it's hard not to get into it. All of the characters are just so fun and inventive and have great character designs to them. Not to mention the overall brand new aesthetic of the series is fantastic. I'm very tardy to the party on this one, but I finally sat down and actually watched the brand new intro, which I think is really great. I love the midway title cards, which have sort of this Japanese aesthetic to the music of it, while also bringing in that classic One Piece music. Speaking of which, I believe there's actually brand new music actually used in this arc, which I think is really great and manages to elevate a lot of the tension and the action and everything that's actually going on here. Production value-wise, like I said, I love the look of Wano arc, and it seems to be doing a lot better in terms of its action and its execution. There's some really cool scenes in this episode of watching Luffy just beat the shit out of some guards, despite the fact that he's basically all, tied up and everything, and he's got cuffs on. That's not going to stop this character from kicking all sorts of ass, and he also seems to be getting a lot of enjoyment out of it as well, which is just as equally satisfying, I have to admit. It's really good stuff. Really, this episode, though, will be defined by the big appearance of Queen, which, again, one of my favorite things about watching the One Piece anime as opposed to reading the manga version is getting to see everything in color and hear the voices. I never imagined Queen's voice would actually be like this. I expected something a little different, but I like what they're doing here, and I didn't even think that his hair was going to be yellow. I thought it was going to be black or something. So it's always cool to see things in color and in motion, and getting to see this giant tub of lard jumping around is just really great. I always loved the disproportionate character designs in One Piece, how you can't really judge a character by how they look. They can move surprisingly swift despite the fact that they basically are just a giant beach ball with arms and legs. So, yeah, I thought that this was a really great episode, and it's got me even more excited to see what the Wano Kingdom is going to do. There's still so much more for this arc down the line, and I'm really glad to try and get back on it. I'm going to do my damnedest to try and stay with the anime version yet again, and to continue to look at the manga version with Christian, so make sure to stay tuned for all of that. And I will also continue to do my best to make sure that those things don't intersect with one another. I want to judge the anime by its own merits, as well as the manga version, and I'm going to try my best not to talk about manga spoilers. I'm basically going to pretend as if I don't know what's going to happen, even though I definitely know what's going to happen. Otherwise, I liked this episode a lot, which is why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And you guys should definitely check it out if you're fans of One Piece. If you have watched the episode, tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below, and what you're hoping to see from the Land of Wano arc. What did you think about Queen's big introduction, Luffy beating the shit out of some Smile guards, and Raizo being a super speedy ninja? Let's talk about all of that and the future of One Piece in the comment section below. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Use your devil fruit powers to hit that like button. And if you want to help support this channel and go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon account in the description box below. If you make a donation, I'll review an anime series of your choice. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.